Hello everyone, you're back once again with Jeremy. So today I want to discuss you. I want to discuss me. I want to discuss the individuals out there. So if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy fitness. I enjoy most aspects of nutrition. I could definitely do better, but those are things I enjoy. And so what I want to talk about is you and taking care of yourself. Now, if you've ever flown a commercial airline, one of the things they tell you is if the cabin loses air pressure, you need to put your mask on, the mask that falls from the ceiling, you need to put yours on before you help anybody else. The reason they tell you this is you can't help anybody else if you're unconscious. Well, this goes with everything in your life. There is somebody in your life who depends on you. Whether it's a spouse, a child, a parent, employees, a boss, whatever. Somebody is counting on you for something. And so, like I said, I've talked a lot about nutrition in the past, and I've talked a lot about working out. I love to work out. And I kind of want to bring some practical application, but expand at the same time on this topic. So, I love the gym. I go 5, sometimes 6 days a week. It's what I really enjoy doing. But I'm not telling you for a workout that you need to go to the gym. Now, think about this. If you eat 3 meals a day, and after each meal you take a 10-minute walk, that's going to be 30 minutes of exercise in a generally pretty stagnant world. Most of us don't get up and moving and stuff for our jobs anymore. So we're pretty sedentary as a society. So that's 30 minutes of exercise. That's 3.5 hours a week. That's awesome. And that's just going to help you in general. It's going to help you start moving more and feeling better. And so just start there. Everybody has to start somewhere, and 10 minutes 3 times a day is nothing. Now, the next thing's nutrition. And there again, I'm not going to tell you, if you eat 3 Big Mac meals 3 times a week and that's your meals, I'm not telling you that you need to stop eating those meals and start eating chicken and rice every day. Not going to do it. What I suggest to start instead is, why don't you add a bowl of broccoli, cooked broccoli, into your diet every day, or whatever the vegetable is. It doesn't have to be broccoli, but just add 1 bowl to your 3 Big Mac meals a day. Here's what's going to happen. What's going to start to happen is you're not going to want to eat the Big Mac meal as much because you're going to be more full. You're going to be more what's called satiated. And so you just need to start making little tweaks here and there. And then as you go, if, like me, you don't want to have to focus on every meal you eat, and planning it out and doing all that, that's fine. Here's an easy tip for you. Start eating as close to whole foods as you can. Now, what a whole food is it's a food that does not come in a wrapper or a bag or a package. It's definitely not one that you can't read the ingredients on. Obviously, most food is processed in one way, shape, or form. Take steak, for example. Of course steak's processed. It's a steak. It's not a cow. If it was the non-processed, it would be the cow. So it is processed. But when you get a steak from the butcher or from the store or whatever, what's the ingredients? It's steak. It's cow. That's what the ingredients are. But you're not looking at this like high fructose corn syrup. You're not looking at yellow dye number 5. Those are all and then all the stuff that I can't pronounce. Those are all foods that you want to stay away from. So the really cool part about eating as natural as possible, or as close to whole foods as you can, is, one, it's really, really, really hard to overeat if you're eating whole natural foods. Excuse me. it's really hard to eat overeat whole natural foods. It's really hard to do. And then 2, it's almost, and I say almost, impossible to oversalt whole natural foods. And I'll give you an example. So, like what I eat for my lunch, because I love it. I really do love this meal. It's chicken, brown rice, and steamed vegetables. I eat this every day, 4 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week, sometimes more. I truly enjoy it. It's not a joke. It's not, me trying to hype, nothing. I really, really, really enjoy that meal. I have for years and years and years. I don't know why, but I do. Anyways, but I could dump as much salt as I want on that food, and it's not going to be oversalted. I can't take in too much, it's almost impossible for me to take in too much sodium that way. Another example I'll give you is, let's take a steak and a summer sausage, okay? Now, a steak, okay, let's change that, because summer sausage is generally pork. Let's take a steak and beef bratwurst, okay? Now, for a steak to have as much salt as a bratwurst does in it, it would be disgusting. You would never want to eat it. It would be nasty. But because it's processed with salt, the bratwurst tastes just fine with it. So that's what I'm going to say about nutrition. Start with a bowl of vegetables every day and start moving to whole natural foods as much as you can. I'm not saying you can't enjoy life. I'm not saying you can't have birthday cake or whatever every once in a while. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, try to make this shift. Excuse me. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is take care of yourself. And what I mean by this is, you know what? When it comes time to go to the dentist, go. I know it sucks sometimes, but I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit of a fanatic. I brush my teeth twice a day. I floss every day. I use mouthwash every day. I have fake teeth in my mouth, and I don't want any more. Mine came from an accident, luckily, not from them going bad, but still, I don't want any more fake teeth. But even with all of that, when I go to the dentist once every 6 months, my teeth feel amazing. I feel cleaner. I feel like my breath smells better. I love the feeling. Now, there's another thing with this. I've had cavities in my past. I'm not immune to them. I've had them. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I would much rather get those cavities taken care of and done with. Yes, it sucks, the drilling and the shots and all of that stuff. It's horrible. But I would much rather get that taken care of, get it done with, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay? So go to the dentist once every 6 months. Get that cleaning done. Do what the dentist tells you. Next, doctor. Okay. A lot of people tell me, I don't go to the doctor. I don't go to the hospital. Okay. Good for you. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I go once a year, every year, for my physical. They do my blood panel. They do all that stuff. They make sure that, everything's working right. Now, I am not the guy who goes to the doctor because I have the sniffles. I don't care to go. I feel as though that I can take care of it on my own for the most part. But I do go for that physical every year. I want to know if something's going wrong. And you know what? I'm not at the age yet, but I'm getting close to the age where I've got to go to the guy doctor. And guess what? It's going to suck, but I'm going to go. I'm going to take care of myself. Ladies, I know the tests that you get every year, not pleasant. I've got a girlfriend. I used to have a wife. I get to hear about it. I understand. Granted, I don't understand, but I know that it's not something you want to deal with. But you have to get checked out. Please go to the doctor. Get checked out, okay? Now, last thing about taking care of yourself. Actually, two more things. The next thing is you need to grow. I've discussed before that if you have no desire to become more successful, let's say you make 50 grand a year, you work 410s, you love being on your softball teams, you love coaching your boys' baseball team, and you have no desire to do more, okay? I'm happy for you. I truly am. I think that's awesome. If you get to the point in your life where you're good, you don't want to move up, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Please understand that. Do you? I have a whole video about this. But if you're at a point in your life that you don't want to become more successful, whatever that means in your life, you've reached the pinnacle of where you want to be, you still need to improve yourself. Okay? You need to learn. You need to grow. You need to expand. And I'm not saying that you need to go get a PhD. I'm not saying you need to go back to college. You can do that if you want, but I'm not telling you that you need to. What I am telling you is you need to grow as a person. And whether that's you and your husband or wife taking dancing lessons, or you read a book, or like not necessarily like a romantic book or a fiction book, but like something that helps you grow as a person. You need to do that. That's part of your health. I've told you before, if you're not growing, nobody's stagnant. You're either growing or going backwards. Don't go backwards. Okay? Keep growing. And the last thing, and this one is kind of tough for me. It's one that I struggle with a little bit. It's not bad, but I do struggle with it a little bit. You need to keep your area inside your head. I'm not talking about bodily area, but your mind and your personal space clean. And what I mean by this, I procrastinate on dishes. Okay? I live by myself. My girlfriend's only there maybe on the weekends, but it's usually every other weekend. So, and to be honest with you, I use 2 dishes a day. I use a skillet, and I use 3 dishes: a skillet, a plate, and a fork or spoon. That's what I use. And so I'm really bad about, I just lied to you again because I have my bowl of food, so whatever that is. I'm really bad about taking my dishes and just setting them there. That's not good. I leave super early in the morning for work, but I have to, and I've worked on it, but I have to get to the point that I get home and I wash my dishes. I'm very good about cleaning up my mess. Like if I spill something or something like that, I'm very good about that. But what I'm not good about is, like I said, I don't do the dishes as soon as I make them or that same day. Sometimes I put it off 2 or 3 days. It's not good. You need to have a clean space in your mind. You need to have a clean space around you. It's said that the area that you keep around you is very similar to the area that you keep in your mind. I don't want clutter in my mind. I want to be as sharp as I can. There's a lot of health benefits to keeping your mind healthy. And I'll tell you what, 1, there's a lot of things you can eat that'll help your brain. But 2, not having clutter around you helps declutter your mind. So just think about that. Think about how much better, I know it's for me, and I've heard it for a lot of other people, but think about how much better you feel when you come home and you walk into your bedroom and your bed's made. Yeah, you're going to get in it, you're going to mess it up, but how much better do you feel? I know I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better when I come into my house and my floors are clean, my rugs are vacuumed, my counters are clean, there's no dishes in the sink. I feel way better. I really, really do. So you guys need to, my girlfriend is like on point with this. She's very, very clean. When she comes over and sees dishes in my sink, she cleans them like right then. So That's something I need to work on, but you guys need to work on it too. Remember, clean mind, clean space, just stay clean, okay? All right, long video, but like I said, take care of yourself. It's important, you know? Like I've said before, one of my biggest physical goals is on my 80th birthday, I want to wakeboard. That's what I want to do. But I can't do that if I'm so cluttered mentally, if my body's so messed up, I've taken in a ton of toxins into my life. I can't do that. So, anyways, guys, I love you. I know I went on a bit of a rant today. It's important for me. It's important for you. Take care of yourselves. And if there's anything I can do for you, if you want to know how to start working out the best ways that I've learned and that I've learned from studying, hit me up. I'll let you know, So anyways, I could go on for hours. I'm going to get off here. I love you guys. If I can do anything for you, please let me know. For me, that subscribe button, if you would. Actually, I think it's down there. And then the little bell thing so you get notifications when I put up videos. Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you next time.